So I wanted to show you what I'm talking about when I talk about, it should be this. Okay. Hopefully you're seeing the right screen. So I wanted to show you what I talk about when I'm talking about the vibrations, the different ones on the Gene Keys. You can go to genekeys.com and pull your profile for free under free profile. And then you want to make sure that all of these on the side are on so that you have Gene Keys on, lines on, pathways on, all that, etc. And what that does, it'll show you for each gene key, it'll show you the shadow, the gift, and the siddhi level. So that's like your shadow is when you're in the fear patterns, it's a lower vibration. Your gift is when you're living more in alignment, like things are flowing, they're coming to you, you're more in your power. And then the siddhi level would be like, your highest vibration, the highest expression of each of the gene keys. It could get really complicated, but the further you go down this, you can play with it. Like there's an activation sequence, a Venus sequence, and a Pearl sequence. But instead of going down that rabbit hole today, I just wanted to record this video to go with what I was saying when I was talking about those three different levels of vibration. So the example I was using was radiance. With my radiance, my gene key here, the shadow for me is addiction. The gift is invention. And then the highest vibration of this is silence. So this means when I notice addictive patterns, this could be addiction, sugar, thoughts, caffeine, like anything. When I notice addiction patterns, it means I'm in my shadow and there's an opportunity to transmute something, to transform it, to get to the gift level. So in my teenage years, addiction really showed up for me. And that was more like to substance and things. Whereas now I think it's thoughts. When I feel I have a block, I'll start to pay attention to what am I thinking about? Because sometimes I'll find I think things that are like, oh, this is the way it always works. This always happens. This is the way things always go. And I know like, oh, wait a minute. Do things always work this way? No. And so if I can transform that thought and stop being like addicted to it, then because thoughts are things, I can shift whatever is happening. When I am not in the shadow level, it's invention. So I really actually do love bringing new things, new ways of looking things into the world. Meditations, I'll do it with like a little lesson. I'll pop in here and do a free like Loom video, like whatever it is. That is a higher vibrational energy for me for that particular gene key. So we each have all these different ones. It's complicated to explain, so I'm not going to do that here. But I think it's great to just print this and look at all the shadows. And not even if you know like what goes to what or what means what, it just helps you to know. Like if I'm feeling a lot of dissatisfaction, maybe I'm in my shadow. If let's see, another one of mine is forgetting. There's codependent. So say I'm feeling really codependent. That would be a clue for me to look in to go like, why am I depending on this person? Why am I feeling like I have to rely on someone else to finish this? Or why do I not feel I can't do it myself? In my case, it's a little confusing because I have codependence, but I also have teamwork at the gift level of my life purpose. So it's like, where is it codependent? Where is it teamwork? But that's what's fun about these gene keys is really about contemplation, not about like this is right or this is wrong, but it really helps me like stay on track to know like if I'm feeling a lot of interference with my life purpose, oh, I'm in my shadow energy again. Where can I change that? How can I like break free from that? And I can look at a different way to do it. And then the more time we spend in the gift, the easier our life flows, the more clearly we get our intuition, the more insight we have. It's just a higher vibration altogether. So when you print it, you also want to do that same thing. Make sure everything's on. And then I like just having this page on my wall and I kind of keep track of like when I'm noticing something more edgy, I'll look and see, okay, well, what shadow might I be in? There is a whole description with it and a lot of other information. But if you just look at page 3 for this, I think you'll find it really helpful with your shadow work.